guess this would be IntheScoob 7.5. So, what you were telling me about the wall,
Oh
right?
yeah, that wall looks stupid as fuck.
Do you
Like,
think it's actually going to happen?
no, and that's why the government shut down because they won't allow that to happen. And there's too much other shit to worry about than building the wall. I
Mm.
think. Um, I don't know. People do keep coming to America, but that's not the way to handle that. Especially not separating children from their parents. That's fucked up.
Mm.
That's what they were doing and having many concentration camps and stuff like that
All
at
right.
the border.
Okay. What if I? All right. I'm gonna explain this to you in a very strange way, because I was thinking about this the other day. Okay. You know about like microcosms and macrocosms, like how small things can be seen in bigger things and bigger things,
Yeah, I've heard
like
about
how
it.
cells in the universe are very similar. How you got the electrons floating around, the neutrons and the protons that are like in the cell, like the that will be the sun,
Hmm.
and the electrons will be the planets.
Right.
Okay, like all right, imagine that a country or this any type of place is a type of organ inside the earth cell body. But what if like just imagine it being just cells. Like we're gonna think about letting a foreign cell inside of a place that you haven't let the immune system look at yet. You just let it immediately right inside of a place.
Like a code or something.
Like you're like a genes. Like what if I had like, hey, here's this substance right here. You're gonna shoot yourself up. You wanna drink this?
Right.
Like it has like you don't know what's in there. I'm not saying it's justified, but like I just thought about it in that way, like how like
That's
cells like going inside like your own body,
right.
like foreign that you don't really know.
And you're just like experimenting, and you're
Yeah,
just. I don't know. That's weird to think about. I never thought about it like that. I always thought maybe like I don't know.
because that's basically what we are on the earth. We're good cells and bad cells.
Yeah. And like, what if like the moon and the sun are like a part of that?
Yeah, like they're part of us too. Like when you
I
look
mean,
up there, that's what's happening in like inside of you as well.
yeah, I mean, a lot of stuff they say the moon and the sun do for the planet, it has to be connected in some.
I just think about this full moon, right? And then Trump releases something like this that's gonna cause like a type of chaos, and didn't know like full moons supposedly affect. I was hold on. I might have to look up your birth chart, dude,
Okay.
because now that I'm thinking about full moons, it makes me think about new moons. And every one of my like friends that I chill with has been born closer to a new moon than the full moon. And I was born on 2 degrees new moon. Like the moon was 2 degrees. It was basically like still touching it.
How would I check that? How would I know that?
We might go to cafeastrology.com.
Cafe Astro.
Yeah, so far everybody, like especially like all the people that are still my friends from like years ago. Like even if they don't know, I like looked it up and they're like, oh, like two of them, oh, they're born on a new moon too.
Hmm.
Some of them are like one sign over, or like one sign ahead.
So how would I go about this?
Scroll down. Well, not that fast. Wait, a little bit down. Free astrology reports. That link right there. We probably could have done it on here. I think,
We could
but fuck it, we're already here.
have. Quick link.
Wait, birth chart report. Wait, create your first chart,
Okay.
then just fill out said information.
I put my whole name.
You can, but you don't really. The name doesn't really matter
Okay.
unless you want to do numerology. But that's let's just do that some other time.
All right. October.
I'm an 8, and just to give you a type of correlation in numerology, I'm an
And your
8.
time of birth.
Wait,
I was
yeah, hold on.
born
Let you
at.
think. Let you think.
It's my mom's birthday. It's
Hmm.
Hold up. I'm thinking about it.
All right. If you don't know that, we can still find out like just what phase of moon you were on, but still try to find out what the time is. 'Cause
It's
that's
in the
really
month of Father's Day. So
the month of Father. What?
yeah, my mom's birthday is in the month of the
Your
same.
mom's birthday?
Yeah, it's in the same month as Father's Day.
What's your birthday?
But no, I'm trying to figure out the time I was born.
What does your mom's birthday have to do with the
Bec-
time you were born?
because her birthday is the same exact time I was born. It's like 6.
Oh, just so that's how you remember it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I want to say, all right. So Father's Day is in May, right?
I don't know.
Hold on, let me check.
So, hold on. So, do you know if you're born in the morning or in the night?
I know it had to be at. I think it was in the evening.
So 6 p.m.
I want to say it was, cause yeah, it's Father's Day is in March, right? No,
Hold on. I can look
this
it
is
up real quick.
killing me right now.
We can make this a little bit faster.
Yeah,
What month is Father's Day in?
Father's Day in United States of America will be on Sunday, June 16th, 2019.
so it's June is 7. No,
6.
6. I want to say it was 6. Can be 6:30. I want to say.
Well,
Oh, June 17th.
all right. Well, we can get close.
Yeah.
Like, let's just find out
Alright.
for the really quick
So
that.
let's go
Just
June
get like
14th.
as close as you can.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
just like
And then it says
6:15 or.
yep, enter at least the first 3 letters of the
Do you know
city.
what place you were born?
Like hospital or like
No, like city.
Richmond.
Yeah, it's been Richmond. And then go down. Then click on that. Then you can go to Virginia.
Richmond Heights, Virginia. I don't know. It's not Richmond Heights. Well, I guess it would be Richmond Heights, Virginia.
It should be Richmond.
I mean, there's no other. I didn't see anything else with Richmond Beach.
This Richmond Heights.
Oh, here you go.
Yeah,
Here you
see?
go. Yep.
All right.
And then we submit.
Scroll down. Let's keep scrolling. Scroll. To see a pie chart.
Is
Not
it
a pie
this one?
chart. Yeah.
Oh,
Wait. Go up. Go up a little bit. There. So you're scroll a little bit down, so it's full. Okay. So you can try to get on the camera. I don't know how clear it'll be. Might have to get a little bit closer so we can zero in on it.
yeah. There you go.
Yep. All right. So you're a Libra, Gemini, the Virgo Moon, a Leo Venus, Mars and Leo.
Huh.
Interesting.
So it's telling me I'm a Libra first, though. Is that what it's telling me?
What do you mean?
Like, is it going in order or is it just telling me?
No, those are where the okay. Imagine Okay. Um, that's where each planet was when you were born.
Oh, okay.
When he says you're the sun, everyone knows their sun sign basically. So you know your sun was in Libra. But when you were born, the moon was by the constellation of Gemini,
Huh.
and Mercury was in Virgo, and so on. Then just think about each planet having in constellation having different sonic frequencies, like when you use a magnifying glass to burn something, but just a different frequency.
What does all this mean? Like right here, like
The
this
masculine and
masculine,
feminine.
feminine.
Well, that just means each planet, I mean, each sign has different qualities.
Huh.
And that's the planets and the aspects. That's the planets in relation to each other. So you have the sun in the opposition of Saturn. So you have the Libra is Sun, and the opposite of Libra is, let's see, it must be Aries. So your Saturn must be in Aries. Go up real quick and check it. Go up back to the beginning. That one. Yep, Saturn and Aries.
Hmm.
They're opposites.
Hmm.
But this is okay. I'm gonna try to explain this even more, right? But this don't think about this right now. But if you get into it, think about this down the road. All right. This is geocentric.
Okay.
This isn't actually where the planets were when you were born because of precession.
Right.
So, like that's where the house system precesses. Like okay, the best way I can explain it is that the planet rotates one direction, but the galaxy rotates in a different direction.
Okay.
So when basically, really, when the sun, when you were born, the sun was in what's before Libra, Virgo.
I think.
Yeah. So the sun was actually shining the Virgo constellation, but this is geocentric. That's why the house system is so important because the best way I can explain it is that I have Saturn in the 12th house, and that means okay. I'll use this as an example.
Okay.
Like, let's use it like let's use this as an example. Imagine it's like the 24-hour clock, right? But it's spliced in 12, and nighttime is it processes. So nighttime is when it starts at 1, so it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12 would be like in the morning. So when I was born, Saturn was when the sun rises. When you see the sun rise right in the morning,
Mhm.
that's where Saturn was
Oh,
when I
okay.
was born.
Okay.
And since I have the sun in the first house, the sun was below there. I was born like 40 minutes before sunrise, so my sun is in the first house. It's not
Uh.
visible.
Okay. Okay.
So
See,
yeah,
I get it now.
that's geocentric.
Wow. That's a lot to take in,
Yeah.
but definitely interesting. Um, I wish I knew more about my zodiac sign.
I'll send you a list of videos that can help give you a type of feel for astrology a little bit better
Yeah.
because you're like are you would you say that you're a Christian?
Yeah.
Astrology and Christianity go very much hand in hand once you realize it. But like we were talking about earlier,
Oh, I put the wrong date.
microcosm. You did?
I put October 1st instead of the 17th.
Oh well, let's change it.
That could have, yeah, that could have been
Yeah,
a whole different thing.
it definitely is.
Yeah.
You put the 17th in?
Yeah, I just did. Let's see.
Did you like hit search? Yeah, you have to put your birthplace
Oh
back.
yeah.
curious. Like,
Yeah, me too. I
let's
actually want to see
see,
it.
17, 16, cycle of 30. So it must be, it was Gemini. So hold on. All right. Okay, let's see. This might be interesting. Libra and Sagittarius. Okay.
Uh,
So you were born right by a new moon, but it wasn't a full new moon. It
huh.
was, let's see, it goes,
That's cool.
it's Libra, then Scorpio, then Sagittarius. Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, then Cap. Yep, yeah. So you were,
It's I think it's Libra, Virgo, right?
No, I was just saying, like,
Uh,
what order it goes in. Like,
oh, okay, okay.
so you were a Libra, Sun, Moon, and Sagittarius. Okay.
Hmm. Cardinal. What does cardinal mean?
Oh, that's what we are talking about earlier. Movie. It's cardinal, fixed, and mutable. Mutable is the end of the seasons.
Oh, okay.
Cardinal, I think, yeah, cardinal are the beginning of the season, and fixed are the middle of the season.
Okay.
Like Aquarius is middle of the winter.
Huh.
So you have two signs that are middle of the seasons. You have five signs that were beginning of the seasons and three that were the end of the season.
Hmm.
Zodiacal season. It's very intricate. I'll send you some stuff where it'll explain it a little bit more intricately. But no, like this is the perfect time to bring it up though. It's really
Yes.
good because it's Capricorn season.
Oh,
Do you
for
know
real?
anything about Capricorn?
No. What? Nah. I'll explain it to me.
Okay. Do you know anything like about How much do you know about astrology?
Not that much
Okay.
at all.
You can even look it up at your phone if
Okay.
you want to, real quick. Like the glyph, not the glyph, but what's the symbol for Capricorn? You might even be able to just type in like on Google Capricorn, and what pops up is going to be like the goat Baphomet type creature that's going to have like a man body, but like
Yeah.
you've seen it before, but like tits, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the symbol for
Yeah.
Capricorn.
I see like a goat. I don't really see
I'm gonna
too
have to
many.
go to the images. Hold on.
Yeah. Let me go to images.
It'll probably pop up eventually. It might not pop up quickly right now. It probably would have like a few months
But
ago.
I see goats though. I like that.
But yeah, okay.
But what season is it? You said.
What do you mean?
You said it's Capricorn season.
Yeah, right now. Right
Oh, okay.
now. Like, and the symbol for Capricorn is the Baphomet goat, which in Christianity is known as like the devil.
Wow.
So
That's
you celebrate Jesus' birthday during what would be known as Capricorn season, the
wow.
devil season.
That is interesting.
In the story, do you know anything about Greek mythology?
I know a little bit, but not too much.
Greek mythology is a good way to understand astrology because it tells the story. The tale of Capricorn is like Kronos, like the father of time, where he swallowed all of his kids because he knew that his son was going to overthrow him. But then eventually, his wife Rhea which would be the Earth, because first there was Rhea, would be Gaia, Earth. Then she had Uranus, and them together had what would be Cronus, what would be Capricorn,
Hmm.
and that would be Pisces, Aquarius, and then Capricorn because it possesses. Like, um, it's just so much. Like, God, I was about to. So much just popped in my head. I was about to, like, dang, possesses. I was talking about the procession of the equinoxes, like how Easter is a tale of how the sun is going right past the vernal equinox, which is what would be Taurus.
Oh, okay.
Do you know anything about the mythical god Ishtar?
Yeah, I have heard of him.
It's a girl.
Oh, it's a girl?
Yeah, it's a goddess of love and like divine
I thought
wisdom.
that was somebody else. I thought that was trying to think. Maybe that's a different maybe that's like Roman or something. I was thinking about
Mm,
somebody else.
maybe, but there's a goddess named Ishtar, right?
Okay.
That's the goddess of like fertility and love,
Oh, okay.
and that's where Taurus is. Taurus, um, is the representation of like that type of sign, right? Then during that you have Easter, and then that's what I'm saying. The sun is where you would get Jesus. The sun is reborn in Easter,
Uh,
which would be the vernal equinox.
and,
It
and
goes past the equator, and now it's springtime where everything, Jesus has risen from the dead. Now it's not winter time. Now it's springtime.
huh. What sign? What sign is it for like that season?
Taurus.
Taurus.
It's Taurus season. It's not just Easter. Like throughout a whole lot of cultures, they celebrate during that time of the year.
Huh.
Like China, they celebrate their New Year during the winter solstice. So it happens to be I was born on Chinese New
Shit.
Year.
Oh yeah, they do have their own New Year.
Yeah, theirs is when the our New Year makes absolutely no sense. China at least celebrates their New Year when the sun's at the lowest of the lowest, and it's just made its circle right out of the
Seem me like it's rising.
yeah, it's rising on
Yeah,
the ecliptic.
that would be lit.
Yeah, like no, because it's springtime. Like
Yeah,
just think, like the sun is being reborn through Ishtar, which would be like the vagina.
yeah.
Then you have like that's when he's resurrected out the cave, and in all like mythical tales about like going into the cave and finding the secret. Like that's basically they're talking about like the vagina. They're trying to figure out like the secrets of what they really know is that the vagina is the secret to the universe because that's where like everything is born out of. So something about the vagina has like some type of. I made a joke about it in my first book, but it ended up being like once I really looked into it, pretty factual. I talked about the vagina being like a wormhole,
Hmm.
and it is.
Bro, it's the reason of the whole Adam and Eve story. If you think about it, like just vagina's always like the downfall of something. Usually,
Yeah, let's think about it. You have
it's
to
power,
let's think about the sun being born through Easter. Then you have the which was Taurus.
childbirth,
Then
and
you have clitoris. Then you have uterus.
huh?
And then what kind of sounds like Taurus? Torso. You put two torsos together.
Yo, that's fucking mind blowing. I never thought
It's
about
pretty
that.
interesting.
Yeah,
No, it all makes sense. Like, but it's just so much to even talk about right
yeah,
now.
dude,
But I'm gonna send you some stuff.
definitely,
We'll talk about it some more too. You have any like random questions that just popped in your head?
definitely.
What like what do you think? What do you have any like I might know because I'm really
I
pretty
feel like
versed.
I feel like
Like, all right,
there. All right, I want to get into that simulation conversation, but I don't know anything about simulation. Period.
I
Like
can tell you simulation stuff from the very beginning right now,
oh,
bro. Like I'm gonna start from like where it all usually spawns from, and in the when I'll give it to you in a like we're talking about mythology. I'll tell you it in another mythological tale,
okay.
which would be fuck. This fucking popped out of my head for a second. Okay, another mythological tale. What would be Prometheus. That's what I was thinking. I was thinking Aquarius. I was like, why Aquarius? Why Aquarius?
Okay.
Would be Prometheus.
Yeah, I know.
Have you heard of
Yeah, I have
Prometheus?
heard of him.
Okay, not like, well, they have the movie, but like the Greek mythology tale of Prometheus, what would be that he took.
Isn't he like a bad person? Or not
See,
really a bad person? Like,
that's so, because he's the devil in
yeah,
Christianity.
yeah.
But all right, oh God, this is so much to talk about. All right, I have to stay focused. Okay, simulation. Okay, in mythology, you have the Titans versus the gods, right?
Uh,
So supposedly the gods defeat the Titans, but Prometheus is one of the Titans who was working for Zeus, who's like supposedly Jesus, Zeus, and he tricks Zeus. He gets I forget how he tricks him, but eventually he creates what would be man, what would be like the original man of Earth from the ashes of his race, the Titans. So that would be like him creating some type of artificial with the official. So that's not really what people would say the simulation now because of computer games. But like if you think about it that way, like he created a different type of thing from something or an idea of before.
hmm. You put it that way, that does kind of make sense.
And then you can just look up like the Maya tales of like in Kemet, Maya supposedly the dream realm. Like it goes back so far that people think that we've been in some type of a dream realm. That's a different way of saying simulation
Hmm.
before like for video games came out.
Yeah, like I felt like one time,
At band camp.
oh my gosh, that was funny. No, like I got put to sleep when I was having surgery, and I got knocked out with that sleeping gas. And I felt like when I woke up, I wasn't the same. And I always thought to myself, like, what if I never woke up from that? Like, well, what if I like
Oh
always
shit.
just was like I was somewhere asleep, and people were just looking down on me, like, oh, I wish you would wake up from that coma, and like
Could be.
I'm just like dreaming that I'm still alive. Like I always thought that was like a reality, like that could have been a
Yeah,
possibility.
like you never know, man. Like if could be a simulation, that means almost anyone could be fake, dude.
That's what I was saying.
Like
Like,
there could be like your family members are just computer bots, like trying to hold you down.
yeah,
But like in your head, like we're family though, but
yeah,
like they're really bots, and
yeah.
they're just bots though.
That's just. I feel like at some point, somebody's controlling something. It might not be lizards, but it's definitely somebody.
Hmm.
Not by like chance, but I feel like it's like somebody's like making shit happen. Definitely.
Hmm. Yes, definitely something strange going on here. But who knows? Like I know I've looked up a lot of information about what could be, but at the end of the day, I don't know anything. I'm
Yeah,
still where I started, where it's just like a feeling.
yeah.
That's why I ended up looking up the information because I had a feeling. Like maybe if I look up some stuff, I'll be able to validate the feeling and
Like,
maybe a little bit.
like what if movies are memories that people have? They're like bits and pieces of people's memories.
What do you mean?
Like,
Like they actually happen
yeah,
in a way?
yeah. That would
Whoa.
be wicked. Like, say for example, like you watch a movie, you're like, wow.
But what movie though?
Like
There's a lot of like real
maybe like a movie that
random
you,
movies.
I don't know. Like maybe I'm thinking like of like a director's.
You mean like a specific type of person's movies? He
Yeah,
would make something like that.
yeah. They're like, oh, I lived through this, or
Yeah, okay, definitely.
like
Yeah,
not everything is made up. Like it could have happened at some point in real life.
I think Metal Gear is on some shit like that.
Yeah, definitely.
Cause you were
Some
remember when
wicked
you were
shit.
saying that before we started the video, you were looking into like Dick Gregory.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that video when he says there's two Donald Trumps?
Oh yeah. I did watch that video.
And then you watch Metal Gear Solid and you see one of the Snake clones was president of the United States.
Yeah,
That's kind of interesting to look
that's that's
at.
very interesting. I think, yeah, like I said, I think some things are just kind of like not by chance, like they were destined to happen, just because of like a simulation code or something that
Oh yeah,
we're living in.
that's what I'm saying. That's what astrology is all about. Like, there's no such thing as time. That's what astrology made me realize. That time doesn't exist. It's only planetary alignment.
Yeah, dude, we're the ones that are keeping track of this time.
Yeah. Like 7 years ago was really the planets were over there. Over there. There's no. I used to think like 7 years ago was like a place. I don't know why. I can't even know what I used to think because it doesn't even make sense. Like, how did I think that it was a place? You know. But now I'm like 7 years ago was like the planets were over here. Then.
Did you see yeah, oh yeah, you have Xbox, right? You have Xbox Live.
Yeah, like, oh, come on. Like,
I don't know why. I don't know why I asked you that, dude. I'm high as shit.
Yeah, you have to be, dude. Like, that was crazy, dude. Like,
I know this is so random, but no, they have Did you ever play the game Mercenaries?
Yeah.
Okay, so they have Mercenaries 2 free on Xbox right now.
Dope.
Yeah.
Did you ever fuck with Crackdown?
Crackdown. I think I did play that game before.
It was fun, but it gets repetitive. What about Prototype? You play any of those? You play as like a type of mutant type being where you absorb people and become like a patient zero. There's like weird monsters. You remember if you played it. Have you played Crisis?
Crisis. I think I have played. That's the one where the guy
Super Suit.
I don't know.
Okay.
That doesn't. I don't know. I might have. I played a lot of games on Xbox before. Just like I would go to GameStop, trade in a game, buy a game, trade in a game. Oh, that's when GameStop would do actually like good trade backs.
Yeah, I remember that a long time ago.
And it would actually give you good trades, you know, money or video game wise.
Well, you know what, man? Sometimes a lot of people bag on GameStop for not giving you a lot for returns. Mm-hmm. But let's think the other day you saw BioShock in there for $12, dude. Right. Like, that's come on,
that's
dude.
A steal.
Like, I don't like. Yeah, they had like Destiny in there at one point for $10. Destiny 2 for $10.
I should have grabbed that.
Even though like I'm not into that game.
Yeah.
I would buy it for $10 and play the fuck out.
I wish I would have known that. I would have bought that $10. But yeah, they do have good deals, and like they try their best, but sometimes it's just like, dude, this Xbox is worth way more.
Yeah, there's give and takes. There's give and take. Yeah.
It sucks. But yeah, back in the day, I used to play like random games, dude. I actually want to play some Realm right now. I'm trying to play Realm. I feel like we did good yesterday with that random guy.
Man, see, like with Realm now, like there's a lot of computer gamers on there now, so it's like I respect PC gamers a lot, but it's hard to respect PC shooters because it's so easy. It is. So easy.
I turned the setting off where we don't play with them.
Oh yeah.
Cause like it's like, yeah, dude, you're using a PC and like half of them have their own like controllers, so it's
they don't have. They have mouses. They just click. They literally. That's
gay.
That's not the same game, yo. Cause you have to use the different types of two hands and this type of.
You don't
fingers.
have to tell me. I understand. I understand. That's why I don't.
Now I still be doing real good, but like I can tell like
It
it's like
blows, dude.
whoa, PC gamers.
That's just like Fortnite when they can play. Now, PlayStation versus Xbox is pretty cool, but then
Yeah, that's fine.
once you add PC into that,
Just
then it's
because
like
they have the mouse, that's
suck
the
my
only
dick.
thing. The mouse makes it so
Yeah,
easy. Any other type of game that's not a shooter, we can do any type of cross platform,
yeah,
perfectly fine.
yeah.
But shooting, that's just too easy.
Way too
There's an
easy.
art
Yeah.
to it on with a controller that's hard.
Oh, definitely.
So do you think that when you're playing, what's the game? You ever played Tomb Raider before?
Oh yeah, all the time.
You know when you're watching Tomb Raider, like she's going through something hard, and you're looking at it like, all right, man, we're gonna. You don't even barely even think about it. You're like, all right, this is for sure. I'm gonna get past this. Like, do you ever think like your higher self or your real self is looking at you saying that, even though like you're like might be going through a hard time, like, but your real self is like, man, this is come on. But like maybe sometimes you don't get. Maybe that's the whole deal. They're trying to stop the message from your higher self, so to keep you like as they're trying to turn players into bots, yo. That's the whole deal. That's what they're
Nah,
trying to turn players into bots.
I honestly think you're onto something. You might be onto something.
Yeah.
Definitely. Like you're saying, like when there's like a glitch, like there's a part where you don't know how to get past or something like that.
Or like any type of like something bad happens on Tomb Raider, she might get captured, or I'm not saying like you get captured in real life, or
Right.
like, but
Yeah,
like
obviously.
something
Yeah.
happens, like you're like oh damn, this is a hard challenge here. That's to like you playing the game, you're like, all right, this is nothing because you're more conscious of it. But what if like your real self is looking at you, but the connection's kind of foggy,
Fuck.
but it's more immersed type of game.
I would want the super duper cheat code. I would want somebody to like let me know that there's more to life.
But don't you feel like there's a way enough to tell you that? Like,
I mean, yeah, I guess it
there
wouldn't
should,
be unless like
way a lot.
unless there was like a way that I could type myself a message. Like I'll be
You might though.
like send down like a care package and be like, hey,
But just think
don't
about
fuck up.
if this is a game, would you want something that obvious though? Like if you chose to come here, like would you want like, oh hey, easy mode, super, here's everything.
I guess you're right. I don't know.
That's what makes it weird, right?
Do achievements matter? Like fuck it. I
Is
don't want
there
that achievement.
maybe there is no achievements.
Uh,
You just have to ask what type of game is this?
yeah.
I guess it's just like
Like
a
like
free
like if
world.
this was like a real life GTA, then I'm fucking sucking ass. I don't have anything. I haven't done any heist. I haven't done anything.
Well, it just depends on how you want to play the game. Like you can be satisfied being a taxi driver in
Yeah.
GTA if you really wanted to
A
be.
pedestrian, yeah.
You can.
A
'Cause it
whole
really
ass
doesn't
pedestrian.
matter.
Yeah, you're right.
It's in your head that doing something else is better.
Yeah. You're like, oh, okay, I'm going to the store today. Like,
Because I know like having money in GTA is real cool, but like how much does it make you feel better?
no, it's just convenient
Yeah.
rather and
You
than
just use
anything. Yeah.
like you just have money. It's like you don't even think about it.
Yeah, you're like, oh, I'll just buy another car then. Fuck it. Or like something blows up, you get insurance or something like that. Is you really don't sit there and like try to divide your money up.
Nah.
No.
And you'll do all the like you'll go like every game makes you do this too, right? They're trying to tell you something for real. Like every game makes you go through the part at the very beginning where you don't got shit, where you're just like doing like the most annoying, mundane, boring shit ever. Then you slowly get more, you slowly get more. Then you make that big breakthrough in the game, shit starts getting crazy. You get to another level, then it kind of steadies for a little bit.
Yeah.
Steady. Then like you get some momentum, then bam, something else real crazy happens in the game. And it's like stay on that level now. But like Mario, I think about that. Like
That's wicked. And then like once you get to a new level, then like you'll be able to like explore more in that level.
yeah, exactly. That's why I try to be a polymath. I try to learn a lot of different things. So I feel like it opens the map up where I can do more, where I can go to different types of realms in a way. Like I can go hang out with like the skateboard realm. I can go play the basketball game. I can go play the ping pong game. I can go learn astrology game. I can
Now,
do other types of shit. I can do a lot of different random jobs like
that's a
to
wicked
get
way of
money
looking
if I
at
need
life.
to.
I fuck with that.
Yeah.
I mean, I see myself doing that all the time. That's why I don't like. I'm not claustrophobic, but I don't like being in one spot a lot. I try to like make
Oh
sure. I
god.
try to like try to figure out what I want to do with my time. I don't know why that's such an urgency for me. I just
No,
feel like
I
I need
feel
to
you.
figure out what I want to do,
Before my
all
family,
the time. Like it's just I don't know.
yeah, before my family situation got like it was, I moved to two different states like rapidly. I was ready to move again.
Hmm.
Then I had to like sit here for the last like 3 or 4 years.
Right.
Now things are a little bit more settled. That's why I'm like kind of getting out more.
Yeah,
Even
man.
now I have like books now too, so it makes it more
You gotta like.
interesting in a way.
I feel like there's something that's always like pulling me out towards different spots. Like everything's happening for a reason. Like I'm trying to like branch out to find like how you said like a different level, like a
Yeah.
different
I feel like
realm.
all right. You play Mario like Super Mario World, right?
Yeah,
You know how you play like level, then you get to the end of the stage where the boss is.
yeah,
And when you play the boss, you play all the like mini bosses that got you to that each stage to get there.
yeah.
That's how I see life. Like that's how I attack. Like I drink a little bit now from time to time with friends, but that's how I attacked drinking before that. Like it was kind of like I feel like I was on a different level, but it was like a boss from some other level way before
Yeah.
trying to like attack me. It's like, oh man, I already beat this boss a while ago, so I already know what to do. I just hit it with the 1-2, and then I'm
Nah,
like right past it. Just, if you see everything kind of like that,
shit. No, I
you
know
conquer
exactly
your
what you
mind,
mean.
man.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Nah, you're no. What you're saying is making sense. Like you're definitely on to something. So like I try to get myself to different places, instead of just being um to myself or just being um repetitive in my moves and stuff.
Oh
I hate being repetitive. It's like
like what pisses me off are people who know better but still do retarded shit. Like
yeah,
that's I'm just watching. I mean, I've gone crazy before too and done wild shit, but even when I was doing wild shit, I knew there was like a limit where I
yeah.
was like,
There's
I
a
have to cut it off at a certain point.
yeah, because you have to like actually figure out who. I feel like most people try to figure out who they are around other people rather
Mm,
than trying to figure out who they are on their own. And that's
that's
like my biggest like thing. Um,
that's such a good way to put it.
yeah, like I try to do what I want instead of trying to take somebody else's path or advice or whatever. It's
Definitely.
just weird. And when I see other people do it, I'm just like, that doesn't really get you anywhere. It's just like you're just. I mean, okay, you're doing what somebody told you to do, but are you really doing what you want to do?
Yeah.
So I don't know. But no, it was definitely a good talk. I might link with you later when I gotta go do some
Yeah.
stuff with my family.
Let's play some realm later or something.
Oh yeah,
I need to get
definitely.
some food.
Yeah, yeah. What I'm well, since we're about to go to Maryland, I'm about to have Christmas early real quick, so I'm about to just give my peoples their presents now,
True that.
and then I'm gonna just hop on Realm.
There's if I'm not on Xbox Live, just send me a text.
Okay,
All right. I probably will be on
I'll
though. At
probably be
least
on.
lingering around.
Yeah, I'll probably get on in a few minutes. I just have to go do some things.
All right, y'all. Take it easy, man.
All right, man. I'll holler at you.
All right. It's dark in here now. What was that? In the Scoob 8. I'm all pixelated. Nah, 7.5. Enough for your keys here.
Definitely. You can go forward up there.
It's been a wild ride lately. Like I was saying, the past few years I've been having to stay here. But I can't do it anymore. I can't. I'm a wanderer. That's who I am. Like, before the shit happened with my fam, I moved from place to place. And that's, I mean, I'm not saying I don't want to, like, stay at one spot for more than a year or something, but I'm a wanderer. Like, and this is not a place for wanderers. Like, there have been times where I just walk around in the woods for hours, man. For real, I just walk around for hours. I just leave my cell phone at home. Shit's crazy, but yeah, that was IntheScoob. One of my newer good friends, Kenny, man. A lot of adventures coming up soon. Gonna get real, especially once it starts warming up. We're about to get real crazy. We're gonna get real crazy. A lot of interesting stuff. Yeah. Didn't expect to do this again, but some reason, some type of Taurus Ishtar resurrection has happened within me over the past couple of weeks. I don't know. I don't think it was just getting an Xbox like triggering me again. Something happened. Like, I'm not even gonna. I'm sure I might be able to find it in my chart somewhere. But nah, something inside me just. It's what I've been trying to get to. I know the journey's not over, but over the past year, I've been trying to like be more in tune with my emotions and be like kind of in the moment and take everything. I was half stepping before. I would I was tiptoeing. I was riding the fence. But now I feel like my dick's out. My books are out. I don't give a shit anymore. We're just flowing now.